Hey people, Intro free-for-all, Siege of Vraks. Blue player is IskNorthen with a brother captain, a durable hero walking through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful support and offense fighting in melee. Yellow player is Jones with a Farseer support hero fighting in melee, some powerful buffs and control abilities. Exodite's elite scheme here. Orange player, Ulfhednur, King of the North with a Force Commander. Very strong offense fighting in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support. The Dark Angels DLC recolored, black and red. Pink player is Wiggy 14 as an Apothecary, support hero fighting in melee combat by default. Begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura, some Imperial Fists. I think this is the elite scheme. Purple player, SpicketySplitLickety with a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control. And last but not least, as the green player is Red Crown 555 as a Chaos Lord, a durable and destructive hero walking through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption fighting in melee. The first ever free-for-all cast then is going to be absolute mayhem. Already engagements breaking out across the map. Good special attack there from the brother captain. You'll notice at the top of your screen, victory points work very differently here. Instead of trying to control victory points to deplete your opponent's VPs, you are trying to attain them for yourself and reach the target, which in this game is 1500. I believe the default is 1000, so they've bumped it up a bit for even more carnage. You can tell from the icons here how many VPs each player controls at the moment. And if we look at the VPs themselves, they have a generator next to them. You can destroy this generator to disable the victory points so your opponent can't cap it, deny them some VPs and annoy them as well. They are quite tough, yeah, 1500 hit points on these gens. They have the same armor type, I believe, as normal power gens, so maybe you can flame with them down quite quickly. And the only way to get the VP back online is to repair that generator, and it's quite expensive. I believe it's 200 requisition and 25 power to get that thing back online. It does repair quite quickly, and I think, yeah, it looks like the central VP does not have a generator, so can't be disabled. Typically, tier 1s are quite long in free-for-alls because your power's really unsafe, and generally you want to go for quite a heavy tier 1 because you're facing threats from all angles, and you need to be quite solid going into tier 2, I think. Got a combi flamer up already for the Chaos Lord, fighting 4 Inquisitorial Stormtroopers from IskNorthen, who doesn't have a VP on the board at the moment, neither does Ulfhednur. You have an early lead from Jones, who has that central VP, and 2 others either side of them here. And they are spreading their forces out a little bit to try and control them. Double shurikens to try and control the left and right VPs near their base. Apothecary's found some Guardians. Scouts got the decap, but I don't think they can finish it. Guardians are gonna get some more shots in here, had to run. Farseer joining the fray. Wiggy with Devastators on the way. Red Crown with Havocs to try and control and suppress those Stormtroopers, I guess. Force Commander is fighting SpicketySplitLickety in the southeast. You do have a play either side of you, but the early game generally you focus on one play, each player focuses on another one, kind of thing. And then as players start to pull away, maybe you start to focus on the leading players. Maybe Jones will get ganged up on at some point. Some temporary alliances be formed in the chat. Double Devastators for Wiggy. 5 Stormtroopers for IskNorthen. There's a lot of burst damage, but if they get suppressed before they get a burst away, it's a big waste. We have Eternal War for the Chaos Space Marines too. Assault Squad for Ulfhednur. Try and get in amongst SpicketySplitLickety. They do have double heretics, but none of them have aspiring champions. And the Sorcerer doesn't have Sword of Flame, so the Assault Squad should have a good couple of early engagements here. There's a jump on the Havocs. Can they get a model before those Havocs get away? They haven't retreated yet. They should be able to get one yet, maybe another. They could jump again and get another model, I think, depending on which one they hit. Force Commander has the Chainsword, and Storm Shield goes for this victory point. Ulfhednur trying to get some points on the board here. Meanwhile, back to the west, where it's Brother Captain versus Chaos Lord. The stormtroopers are trying to get something going. Where's the Havoc's gone? Are they back at base? They are back at base, so maybe they can. They have the support of their own base turrets here as well, maybe. Red Crown started strongly. Jones still with a slender lead here, back down to 2 VPs because SpicketySplitLickety's grabbed the mid. You got to expect that teleporting is going to be super useful here. There's the jump. Heretics don't go after them. It's just the Sorcerer to counter-initiate, and he's not very good at that, especially without a weapon upgrade. Heretic should have gone after them, I think, but they're going after the double tactical marines, which are all blobbed up. There's the defend active. It doesn't protect you against melee attacks, but maybe the tax will get some... Sorry, it was protecting against the CSM. These tax barely getting away. Little mini doom bolts there. So when he pops that defend on the submarines, maybe the CSM will just wade into some melee combat. Did all the heretics get away? Well, both of the squads, I mean. A bunch of them died, but that's what happens. Central VP is turning yellow, it looks like. Meanwhile, Chaos Lord's leveled up to 2 and has Harness of Rage, so not Armor of the Inferno, to try and firebomb all those stormtroopers in Tier 2. Could still get it in Tier 2, of course. IskNorthen has gone there. I don't think they spent any power. Yeah, they spent no power at all, so they were able to get, what was that, like an 8-minute Tier 1 or something? Jones follows, and now SpicketySplitLickety goes Tier 2. Kicking off in the mid. Guardians behind their shield there. And Guide was up on them too from the Farseer, one of her starting abilities. Devastator is trying to cover the mid a bit with advanced targeting heavy bolters. Not much threat on Red Crown's VP at the moment. IskNorthen is really pinned in here. Maybe they're trying to go after Wiggy now. Jones with the VP lead, says SpicketySplitLickety. Trying to get Ulfhednur to leave him alone. Ulfhednur's down to just 2 units now. Maybe we'll see a temporary alliance over there. Also known as Heresy. Jones picking up like a 40 VP lead now. Can IskNorthen make this work with plasma guns in play? Grenade launchers doing their thing and disrupting. Heretics don't have an aspiring champion though, so they are falling quickly. All of those overcharged plasmas missed. They all hit terrain. And there's some fire from the Chaos Lord. That was painful. That was like 1 second of the immolate. Ouch. The Stormtroopers haven't really paid off yet with that burst damage. IskNorthen goes for a Rhino. I thought maybe they were saving up for a Dreadnought. Got some Fire Dragons up for Jones. Heretics be running. Look at Wiggy. Already filled their roster with stuff. 3 Tactical Marines, double Devastators. They can get more units, it's just that I won't be able to see them because UI is hard, I guess. Blood Crusher on the way for Red Crown. Apothecary is going to fall to those Banshees. Down he goes. Getting a sync kill there, now being suppressed by the Devastators. Spirit Stones are up for the Farseer, so she has that AoE heal from the Spiritual Rites. And the Rune Armor's in for Psychic Storm. Gravity Blade also. Kicking off in the mid, is it? Claw Squad is going for a decap. Assault Squad helping him out. Double ASM here now for Ulfhednur. Bloodletters on the way for SpicketySplitLickety. And Red Crown doing some work with this Blood Crusher. IskNorthen does go for a Grey Knight Dreadnought. Cancelled the Rhino, I think at least. Yeah, they must have. They wouldn't have got that power that fast if they didn't, I don't think. Trying to double check for some wreckage, but I don't think so. Still the lead for Jones. VPs are spread out though. Only 1 each. IskNorthen trying to grab this one off Red Crown. What was that? Oh, it might have been a grenade barrage or something. He's trying to destroy the generator here. Because the force of destruction. This one's already destroyed. Gonna go down. Blood Crusher's now smacking on the brother captain. You backstabbers, says Jones. Well, it's a free-for-all, buddy. It's gonna happen. So they got pincered between two players. SpicketySplitLickety. Leaving Ulfhednur alone for now. Has those weird silvery blood letters. Here's your Dreadnought. Going for full melee time with the Dreadnought Claw. Are we going to see this thing repair? Oh, it's still got one. It's got one hit point. Or maybe it never goes to 0 because you can repair it and stuff. Power bashing from Jones. Psychic storming. Going to get a decap at least, I think. Wants to try and grab it back. And they are going to try. Apothecary's still down here. Not repairing the VPs yet. Oh, they're just repairing it with the scouts. Can you do that? Oh, no. I thought they were, but that's the repair going on. As you can see, it's pretty quick. 10 seconds, maybe. I assume Wiggy repaired it, since it's their VP kind of outside their base. Levitation field to annoy the Sorcerer. He leveled up as he was tossed aside there. We have Eternal War Aspiring Champion CSM. Banshees need to choose a target. These guys are worshipping for some reason. What are you up to? I thought they were going to barrel into the Banshees. I guess they wanted to support the Bloodletters. Didn't need it right then. Would have been better off in melee, I think. What is this? IskNorthen trying to get into base. Goes for the base rush with the Dreadnought. Brother Captain goes down. Chaos Lord now has Lightning Claws. And the Dreadnought is going for the Plague Marines, which are the biggest threat. Trying to get away now. Needs to try and break line of sight. Plague Marine missiles snare targets, as you can see there. These guys have tons of health and good health regen. Blood Crusher could go after it too. Plague Marines need to go the other side, I think. Need to go this way where the heretics are. But they're just chasing. Oh, there's some Corn Worship. That'll help. Can IskNorthen get back with the Stormtroopers and support this thing? Can the Plague Marines get a shotting? They've stopped. Come on, fellas, get your shot. We have 2 VPs for Ulfhednur, 2 VPs for Wiggy. VP leaders now for Red Crown. See a council on the field for Jones. Noise Marines on the way for Red Crown. Another Dreadnought for IskNorthen. Still hasn't repaired that VP Red Crown. Under too much pressure, I guess. Plasma Cannon gets a shot. The flame attacks were trying to bash over here. They came pretty far too to try and get this done. Other side of the map. Blood Crusher might be able to turn and finish these guys off, you know, and they do. Chaos Lord's done some work. Almost level 4. Was there a temporary alliance between SpicketySplitLickety and Ulfhednur, I think, wasn't it? Did I see that in chat? 3 VPs up for Wiggy. They're catching. Red Crown has 0 right now. IskNorthen playing the long game at the moment, trying to bash gens rather than take them. And again, just a force of destruction doesn't take the VP. It's got a Plasma Cannon Dreadnought now, getting the Maelstrom as well. There's an AoE knockback around the Dreadnought, also slows you down once you get up. Kind of annoying. When they launch a Heretic, doing some good work. Blood Crusher needs to be very careful on the approach now. Plague Marines gets a shot, Noise Marine Blastmaster and Autocannon Havocs here. They've set up quite well. Where is the Chaos Lord though? Chaos Lord is back at base. Look at that shot from the Blastmaster. That must have killed like 10 Stormtroopers or something. The Stormtroopers are so low right now. Blood Crusher's in there. Been left alone by the Dreadnoughts. But the Noise Marines were not left alone. Very messy engagement all round. IskNorthen down to just a handful of Stormtroopers. 2 squads. 5 models left. Blood Crusher chasing that fella, should be okay though. Yeah, get back to get into base and just turn around and melee the Blood Crusher, I say. This one will come from the other side. He can repair with the stormtroopers. There it is. Don't try to shoot. You'll just do friendly fire. Should be trying to melee. Oh, they can't melee. That's right. This guy doesn't have a melee attack once he gets the plasma cannon. He's got the twin linked heavy bolter, and the plasma cannon can't do any smashing. That's a pretty effective levitation field. Holy crap. By Jones towards the east, having a scrap with SpicketySplitLickety now, who's in tier 3. Red Crown goes tier 3 as well. Jones with the Seer Council in there. Those guys have power melee damage, can leap on you, and they provide this awesome aura around them, giving range damage reduction 15% that they themselves benefit from. Is that blue aura you see there. Pretty badass, I think, these guys. Oh, can they finish off the Havocs? 1 hit point. They do, they get them. Force Commander leveled to 4. Are the Bloodletters going to fight this guy? No. Why did the Force Commander level off that? He must have damaged them earlier. But the Captain's still down in Red Crown's green base. In the mid, though, Wiggy, with customized Stormbolter and Armor of Purity, tries to get that central VP. Is this... Yeah, SpicketySplitLickety has these 2 central rec points, and Wiggy has this one. They should be trying to decap there, I think. Red Crown has repaired and capped the VPs around them here now. Up to 730, they are maintaining their lead. And they've got a good varied army. It's not big, but they've got a decent varied army. They did drop their CSM at some point, which I missed, I think. Who's that leveling up? It's the Guardian Weapon Team. Drop pod came in here for Wiggy. That was one of the... That was that last tack squad, I guess. Infiltrated Banshees running at you. And infiltrated Seer Council. Are they going to survive? I think they are wiped. Poor bastards. They might have to get after these guys too. Wiggy's not paying attention over here, I don't think. There we go. There's the retreat. Is it too late, though? Look at that damage. It is too late. Guide up on the Seer Council. That is scary power melee there. Imperial Abyss from Red Crown. All of the stormtroopers are gone. Yep, looks like there was a temporary alliance there between SpicketySplitLickety and Ulfhednur. I wonder when it's going to end. Who's going to fire the first bolter at each other there? Bloodletters capping the mid. Chaos Lord leaves them alone. Great Unclean One on the way for SpicketySplitLickety. Red Crown down to 2 units now. IskNorthen getting some more stormtroopers to try and support these vehicles, but the captain is still down. Did he have any war gear? Don't think so. Ulfhednur trying to grab this power, or at least bash it, I guess. Plasma cannon overshoots. Chaos Lord ignores the Force Commander. Only got that chainsword, of course. Not a massive threat in melee. But attacks are doing their thing. Assault squad is there. They don't want to fight him because he's got that kill the weak. Maybe they'll try and bash the gen. No, I think the... Oh, the Force Commander got direct hit there, it seemed. Predator tank for Red Crown. Chaos Predator to be precise. We have a mark of Zinch on it. Dreadnought on the way for Wiggy. Central VP has turned yellow for Jones, and they've taken the lead. Barreling towards 900 VPs now. Double Stormtroopers to IskNorthen to repair. But they are busy fighting SpicketySplitLickety all the way on this side. If Spickety wasn't here, they could have really made some ground maybe, because Red Crown was super distracted and busy. Las Cannons versus Las Cannons. That's that Las Cannon Rhino there from IskNorthen. Dreadnoughts are still around. Central VP still yellow. Lots of dead scouts on it. Apothecary wants to grab it. What's this? You gonna cap it, fellas? Decap it? Apparently not. Oh, there's a fire prism there, that's why. Maybe they're getting knocked off it. Great Unclean One for SpicketySplitLickety. Sorcerer here. I think he should just retreat. Oh, it's going to subjugate. I thought it was going to retreat and then warp it back. But he subjugates the Seer Council and they chop up some fire dragons. Now wants to get them in trouble. Great Unclean One there, passively damaging nearby enemies. What are those plasma devs up to? Were they... No, there's no Sigil of the Rift. I don't know how they got there. Is he just chucking them away for population or something? Very confused. How did that not hit anything? Plague Marine's going for the cap. This is in the south. Jones hits 1,000 VPs, 2/3 of the way there. Chaos Terminators for Red Crown. Jones with an Avatar on the way. They are looking quite strong. Seer Council, Avatar, Fire Prism. And the Farseer has done really well. Almost level 6. There's that big Spirit Stone's heal. Trying to engage Wiggy. They do have the Fire Dragons to go after the Dreadnought. Or do... Where are they? Oh, they're reinforcing it. Base, what is this? Big fight in the south. Orbital. From... I don't know. Oh, it must have been IskNorthen. Yeah. Got vision from the Rhino. Drops an orbital in there. Really messed up Ulfhednur's assault squad. Terminators are okay-ish. They do have lightning claws. They're quite close to dropping a model though. Need to get back to base. This gen got bashed again. And they show no fear on those tactical marines, trying to complete the cap. Heretics are repairing and able to shoot. It's a good place for them. Another orbital coming in. That was Ulfhednur, who's got a Land Raider Redeemer coming out. And a Crusader on the way for IskNorthen. There's the orbital then. Is it going to take out the bunker? Not quite. Almost wiped the heretics inside of it though. And that generator's still around. What's going on in the mid? It's purple. SpicketySplitLickety's grabbed it with that sneaky Chaos Sorcerer. This generator's still broken. Jones turning their attention southeast towards SpicketySplitLickety. Great Unclean One backing off. There's that Avatar, which gets this cool coloration with the Exodite scheme. 1067 VPs on the counter for Jones. Are they going to get pincered from two sides now? Wiggy and Spickety could go after them. Jones with a foray into the mid. Bad day for these tacks. Farseer and Seer Council and Banshees and a Fire Prism shooting at you. Are they going to get away? It's going to be a miracle if they do. No, they don't. Sink kill there. Wiggy with another Dreadnought on the way. But he's having their own Dreadnought problems right now. IskNorthen getting some plasma cannon shots in. And it's trying to bash power. Is that doing friendly fire? I don't think it did. Oh, it is. It's doing a little bit. The Brother Captain's still down, by the way, over here. Been down for like 15 minutes, it feels like. Here's the Land Raider Redeemer of Ulfhednur. Where's the plan with this thing? Going towards the mid. Red Crown with another Chaos Predator on the way. Jones still looking very, very dangerous here with this highly mobile Eldar army. Fire Prism needs to be careful. Doesn't want to take any hits on that Great Unclean One. Subjugated Seer Council momentarily. Suddenly Land Raider Redeemer as well. Vomit from the Great Unclean One now in a big old melee fight. Seer Council are not moving though, and it gets warped away by SpicketySplitLickety. Suddenly Space Marines. Gonna try and grab that VP, I guess. Are they gonna gang up on Jones? Jones loses their only VP, but they have a pretty solid lead, 300 VPs or so above Spickety, and then it's Red Crown after that. Crusader with those Hurricane Bolters. Very strong anti-infantry. Twin-linked assault cannon on top too. Does have an anti-vehicle weapon if you get close, that multi-melter on top. But Red Crown is not getting close. There's an orbital. Was that IskNorthen again? I think it was. I don't think they've spent their red on anything else. Some good hits. Some really good hits. Those heretics barely survived. Plague Marines also got messed up down to a single model. Meanwhile, towards the northeast-ish, just off the center, Land Raider is in trouble. Multi-melter Dreadnought for Wiggy. Powerful at close range. Typically you'll put this guy in melee stance so he automatically chases and shoots. Being tied up now though. This guy doesn't have melee resist. There's a melter. And a multi-melter from the Land Raider getting shots. You guys getting a... No, you've got your plasma gun and you're happy with it. Another melter bomb. Is it going to be enough? It is. Dreadnought falls. Librarian on the way now for Wiggy. One of the Dreadnoughts is going to fall this side, yep. You see the energy and health regen aura from this Land Raider here, the Crusader. Managing these tanks really well so far, Red Crown. Sink kill, says Jones. Not sure what they're referring to. The Great Unclean One is down, by the way. Oh, it was versus the Great Unclean One. Oh, I missed it. Balls. SpicketySplitLickety down to 3 units. Just got some heretics up. Needs to reinforce those Terminators. Really expensive. Maybe enough damage was done to knock SpicketySplitLickety out of the running for a little while. Ulfhednur's got tons of resources, not a lot of population though. And they're getting some scouts to repair the Land Raider. Don't have the pop to get Terminators up, having to reinforce their assault squad and stuff. CSM of Spickety trying to cap the mid with the Mark of Zinch. Heretic trying to run in and run interference, but these guys might drop a model. There's the barrage. Was not aimed at the Chaos Space Marines, interestingly. They really stood up well to that, the Chaos Space Marines. Doom Blast. We had to have the Rod of Warp Fire for the Sorcerer too. Dreadnought still level 1. We have another multi-melter Dreadnought from Wiggy. Another Fire Prism for Jones. Rhino, number 2 for IskNorthen. It might be double Lascannon Rhinos. Meanwhile, southwest-ish, basically straight south. It might be Red Crown versus Ulfhednur time. Power Fist Force Commander and Sacred Standard. Strong army here. Where is the Land Raider though? Looks like it's being repaired by scouts way back. Jones has a VP. Again. Have this one near their base avatar and Seer Council and double Fire Prisms camped on it too. Look at this in the mid. Space Marines versus Space Marines. Barrage. Get some decent hits in. There's Flesh Over Steel and there's a Melter Bomb on the Dreadnought. Force Commander's going after it. Special attacks aren't super useful though. Dreadnought's fighting back. I think he's going to go down. No. He was not on melee stance. I did not get that last hit in. What am I hearing over here? I'm hearing lots of las cannons. Is IskNorthen going to cap or are they going to just bash again? Looks like they are trying to cap this time with those stormtroopers. And they've got a hell of a force camping on that VP now. Another Rhino coming. This is Ulfhednur capping the mid with tons of resources so they can make some quick purchases if they lose stuff. Fire Dragons bashing power, not a whole lot they can do about this army. Triple Fire Prisms here. This guy needs repairs though. Oh, they don't have any repair units. Oops, and they probably don't have the... Yeah, no pop to get more Guardians up, so the Fire Prism has to look out for itself, fend for itself here. Plasma Cannon. No hit. This is... yeah, it's a bad fight for Red Crown. Needs to back away. These guys have a plasma. And they're all being buffed by the Sacred Standard. Although full health Terminators could probably wipe an assault squad before they had to get out of there. Big push in the mid for IskNorthen. That's the lowest VP counter at the moment. Jones up to 1234 on the VPs. Wiggy is trying to get it back by melee attacking some Stormtroopers. They're going to finish the cap, I think, those guys. Where's the third Rhino? Did they get it? Looks like it's on the way. And it's another las cannon. They could not get the Dreadnought down, but they have grabbed the mid. Very spread out Chaos Space Marine need to run. SpicketySplitLickety has plenty of resources. Not sure what they're waiting for. Something big, I guess. Great Unclean One or the Phobos. The Brother Captain is still down, by the way. Look at this mechanized Ordo Malleus force here. What can anyone do about it? Does anyone have this much AV? Or maybe Jones does. You have the Fire Dragons, you have triple Fire Prisms. Yep. That didn't last super long. Fire Dragons are out of there. Fire Prisms don't like las cannons though. That was a Malignant Blindness, I think, from Red Crown. They have a Phobos as well. Can they... are they getting Heretics to repair their stuff? Lightning Claw Terminators seeing off those scouts. Can they get the Redeemer down? Maybe. Those guys are going to melt a bomb that Rhino and finish it off, I think. Or maybe just melee it to death. Yeah, just melee it to death. Melt a bomb on this one, double, and it might be both rear armor melters. Down it goes. Well done, Ulfhednur. Orbital. Is that IskNorthen again? It might be. Must have been. I don't think it was Wiggy. Redeemer is pretty low. Avatar now poking at the Land Raider Crusader. They got it. They got the Land Raider Redeemer. Ulfhednur has tons of resources though. They need to get things on the field right now. 3 VPs up for Red Crown. Here comes another great unclean one for SpicketySplitLickety. The Crusader goes down for IskNorthen. They're now getting Vortimer Razorbacks going, I guess. Typically you see at least 2 of them when someone gets one of them. Double melters on the multi-melter Dreadnought. He's doing alright. Unlike haywire grenades and stuff, it doesn't disable your weapons. Big retreat now for Ulfhednur. They did a lot of work in the last minute or so. They did lose a bunch of stuff as well, but they killed like 3 or 4 vehicles, I think. At least 2 Rhinos. Farseer's grabbing the mid. Level 8 this Farseer now. Lightning Claw Terminators. They could chase those guys into base and finish them off. Are they tempted? Maybe not. Backing away now. SpicketySplitLickety still has their own Lightning Claw Terminators. And now Paladins for IskNorthen. Need to be careful though. 2 Lightning Claw Terminators on the field and they're being chased with a Corn Worshipper. Not to mention Lightning Claw Chaos Lord here trying to grab the VP now. Also being chased by a tank who's now given up the chase. Those guys are just going to base, are they? Maybe. Up to 1386 is Jones. Big levitation field. Assault Terminators up here for Ulfhednur with their Storm Shields and Thunderhammers having to back out of the mid. Double missile launchers for Wiggy. Might be able to go after Jones's stuff. Raptors on the way for SpicketySplitLickety so they can tie up the, or rather aggressively go after the fire prisms with melter guns maybe. Great Unclean One versus Avatar. I think the Great Unclean One wins the fight because it's got more health. I think they do pretty comparable damage to single targets. That was a good vomit. SpicketySplitLickety, they don't have the red to teleport this guy out of it. And there were triple Fire Prisms helping. Here's the Raptors getting their aspiring champion, and down goes the Great Unclean One. Is it going to destroy the generator with the explosion? Let's see. I'm not sure if it's close enough. Oh, it healed it. It healed the generator. That was weird. Maybe the generators are all count as like neutral or something. Apothecary gets a nuke on his face and goes down. Red Crown just capping casually within the abyss. Fair enough. Ultima the Dreadnought comes to say hello. Chaos Terminators are not interested in this greeting. Could go after those tacks maybe. Not sure what they're up to, just going back to base perhaps. What's going on over here now? Jones just looking after their VP. Did SpicketySplitLickety and Ulfhednur ever fight after they made that pact? I don't think they did. I don't remember seeing them go at each other after that. So a lasting pact. Bring back Terminators on the field soon for IskNorthen. Oh, look at this though. Jones is very close to victory here. They need to go after Jones hard. They're very close. Are they getting 1 per second? Pretty much. They're like 10 seconds away from victory now. Phobos going after the generator. It's the only one that Jones has. Can he take it down in 6 seconds? It's going to be very close. One more shot. He didn't shoot both. Oh, it did not shoot both las cannons on that cycle because he angled it away so he couldn't get the shot. They would have instantly repaired it, but I wonder if something else could have come to get the damage on there. It would have been very difficult to stop Jones winning. They were strong throughout. When they did collapse at end of tier 1, I think, or early tier 2, but they rebuilt really well. Everyone collapsed, I think, at some point. Wiggy still had their beginner scouts. Pretty impressive. Let's look at his heroes, end of the game. Level 4 Brother Captain missed most of the fight. Having a nap over here. Jones is Farseer, level 9. Did some awesome work, had that big AoE heal, of course. The Force Commander, level 8. Started off with a shield, went Power Fist after that. And a decent arm at the end. Had another Land Raider up, actually. Wiggy, with a level 4 Apothecary. Had some Stern Guard at the end. Did some cool Dreadnought stuff as well, I'm into that. SpicketySplitLickety started strongly, had a really strong mid-game, but seemed to have a really bad fight with Jones. Couldn't quite recover from that, had a level 4 Sorcerer. Was switching back to their Rod. And Red Crown with a level 7 Chaos Lord. Was pretty strong, especially early on. Seemed to keep their head, managed their tanks really well. They still had one at the end there, level 3. But there you have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed a pretty crazy free-for-all. I'm sure I missed tons of cool stuff. I know I missed that sync kill with the Avatar, which is upsetting. But there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.